Well, I've been coming to you from Medellin, Colombia, and I've been trying to talk to you a little bit about training men. And I thought today I would just make a couple of more comments. We discussed having a loose rein. Don't try to control people when you train people. They leaders in training are leaders, and since they're leaders in training and are already leaders, they won't do well with a tight control. So teach them and love them and tie them down, but with chains of love and not with orders and commands. And let them know the real you. Let them know you. Your weaknesses. Your weaknesses are going to help them more than your strengths. Because when they see that you are so much above them, then they don't think they can. But when they see you're like them, they realize maybe God could use me. So you and I want to be transparent and open. Now, it's risky to do that. If you share your heart and share everything about you, it's risky to do that, but it's still what we want to do. The next thing I'd like to share with you briefly is you can only take a person as far as they want to go. And you need to kind of be uncomfortable but comfortable with that. So you'll start training some guys and you really believe you see leadership in them and you see that they may become the pastor or missionary or evangelist. But as you work with them, they start dropping off. Somewhere along the way, one of them will say, I just want to be a regular church member. And another will drop off and say, I just want to be a Sunday school teacher or a deacon or whatever it is that they want to do. You're not the one that calls them. You're not the one that places them. You're not the one that makes that decision. All you do is help them be all God wants them to be, and that's not your call. I don't get to decide who gets to be a preacher. I don't get to decide who's going to make it in the ministry. All I get to decide is I'll help you as much as you want me to help you, as far as you want me to help you, and I'll do everything in my power to help you be what you feel like God wants you to be. So I'd like to tell you that when you're training leaders, you got to be careful to realize that you can't determine how far they go. You can only determine how much help you give them. You can't determine how they're going to respond to the help you're giving them. They'll determine how much they want to respond to that help. So help them as far as you can to do all that they can do, all that they want to do. Some of them will be satisfied with pastoring a church and running 50 in church, and others will be satisfied being a Sunday school teacher with 10, and others will want to be a missionary or pastor a large church, and you can train. But remember, your job is to be there to take them as far as they want to go. They're like children, and I don't mean that in any way insulting, but our children have different abilities and different desires. One wants to be an artist, another wants to be a mathematician. One wants to be electronically, move in an electronic way, and another one wants to work outside. It's not your job to determine what they're going to do. It's just your job to help them be all they can be for the cause of Jesus Christ.